Why do people cheat? When the news broke that Gaki married Hoshino-Jen, a bunch of guys around me wailed, "How did that absolute dream girl end up with him?" Then when rumors claimed Hoshino-Jen had cheated, my chat blew up again. He already married a total catch. How is that not enough? Even after the couple came out together and shut the rumor down, the same question lingered: why do people cheat? On marriage and infidelity, here's the way I've pieced it together: motives, conditions, and cost-benefit. First, motives. Common ones? Time dulls the spark. The married life you imagined isn't the one you got. The married version of you isn't someone you like. Every couple has its specifics. But the long-term attraction problem is universal. Live with anyone long enough and their pull on you declines. No one can stay brand new forever. Plenty of women confront a cheating partner screaming, "You said you'd love me forever." When he said he loved you, he did. When he says he doesn't feel it anymore, that can also be true. Remember the line, "Can't people change?" People do. This isn't only about men. Attraction runs both ways. Women get bored too. The difference is, many women value traits that don't drop as sharply with time, and sometimes even rise, like stability and partnership, especially after kids. A lot of moms will choose to keep a steady home, so they won't be the one to upend it lightly. In marriage, many women weigh character, day-to-day harmony, financial security. Can this partner provide a better life? Isn't cheating a character flaw? Not exactly. Cheating is usually a dumb decision made after mixing motives with opportunity and a skewed risk-reward calculation. It's not as simple as bad person equals cheater. What about responsibility? A cheater might still be responsible in other lanes, toward parents, at work, in a crisis for you, and yet make a reckless choice elsewhere. That's why he's dutiful to his family and job, so he won't cheat often turns out wrong. Now, expectations differ. For most men, visual pull hits fastest and hardest. Does she look youthful, energetic, healthy? He's not literally counting hair strands, but a fresh, glowing look lights up some old wiring. This woman could carry my line forward. At the start you were a giant piece of candy. Loving you meant loving the version of himself that felt energized and thrilled with you. That's why people sigh, if only life stayed like the first meeting. If you carry that into marriage, you're bound to be disappointed. Newness, glow, youth all fade. Pregnancy and childbirth can make that drop feel even sharper. That's one reason a lot of affairs happen during or after pregnancy, and why men's cheating rates tend to be higher. What many men prioritize declines faster unless it's converted into deeper, broader attachment. If a relationship rests only on looks, holding it together gets hard. So why do some act on the impulse while others hold the line? Because the decision hinges on the other two factors, conditions and cost-benefit. Conditions first. Cheating has a price. Most ordinary people can barely carry one household, let alone fund multiple relationships. Many lack either the money or the access to new partners. I once knew a guy who genuinely disliked monogamy and romanticized the past. Back then you could marry several women whenever you found true love again. I didn't think, what a monster. I thought, what a fool. He was budgeting like it's just dates, dinners, and little gifts. As if raising kids and running multiple households don't exist. He pictured himself as a folk hero, with none of the resources that would even make that fantasy possible. Same logic shows up in other debates. People imagine themselves on the winning side, ignore the sky-high entry bar for beneficiaries, and miss how the fallout would land on them. For most, conditions alone quietly kill the fantasy. And then there's the third party. Why would someone happily be your secret? On what basis do they sign up for less? Looking ahead, I think average people will cheat less. Maybe they already do. The internet just exposes more. Priorities are changing, too. Ask men years ago, what kind of wife? Pretty, gentle, kind. Ask now, an older partner's fine, looks are nice, but she should also make money. If she's a great earner, looks are negotiable. It's honest and practical. If even feeding yourself is a grind, a financially solid partner lowers the pressure. Add that economic lens to your value, and the motivation and conditions for cheating both shrink a bit. Finally, the cost-benefit calculation. and why I call cheating a foolish choice, regardless of gender. You pay extra time and energy. You risk your name, your relationships, your career. You wound your partner, your kids, both your families, and you carry that knot in your chest for years. In exchange, what do you get? Someone willing to be the other person. Are they truly pure-hearted and expecting nothing? Unlikely. The kindness you see is often bait, a performance. Fine, let it be an act. I won't marry them. I'll just sneak around for the thrill. I just want the looks, the rush. You think you can stop there. But can they? So many disasters happen because the person on the side wouldn't stay quiet, posts appear, DMs leak, videos surface, reputations implode. Cheaters also did the math, they just miscalculated. Maybe they gambled on not getting caught. Maybe they underestimated the damage. Maybe they overestimated their charm and imagined true love with zero strings. Be real, you're leaving a live grenade in someone else's hands and betting they'll never pull the pin. Trading serious risk for someone who can turn on you at any time, how is that not foolish? So yes, cheating is a dumb decision born of motives plus conditions plus a bad risk-reward read. If you still romanticize married life, or you know you're not built for long-term commitment, your impulses are hard to rein in, don't marry. Stay the drifter on the river until you're ready to dock. May we avoid foolish choices, and avoid tying ourselves to people who keep making them.